to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You look great.
Can I just say, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
No, I mean, last time I came, you had just started, and then now you just like...
Were you Ryan's first guest?
Was
Is that possible?
Right up at the beginning.
Was I your first,
I can't remember last week's show.
I can't remember.
I can't remember yesterday.
I can't remember anything. But I want to tell you something before we begin your interview. At my son's school, they have been using pieces of, you know, your political and environmental parts of your show as part of their lesson plan. So I want to thank you for that.
Wow,
You've been really terrific.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congrats, amazing.
So you do your talk show for us in English, but you speak how many different languages in total?
I speak 5 languages fluently, and then my 6th is German, which is flimsy.
No kidding.
Which is like the worst language to be flimsy in. Right, German. Everyone else is like, we understand. German's like, just don't bother. Yeah.
I'm always so fascinated by linguists because I'm still, you know, trying to master my native tongue. I still find it challenging. Am, is, are, was, were, being, been. I'm never sure where they go.
Right.
So, so when I find people that can speak multiple languages, such as yourself, I always want to know, like, which language to you is the most challenging besides German?
To learn?
Oh, to learn. That's tough. I would say Xhosa, my mother tongue, is the hardest. Yeah, Xhosa, because Xhosa.
Wow.
Because of all the bouncing in the mouth, there's all the clicks.
Yeah.
So Xhosa, and then you've got like the, so you've all, you know what I mean?
Can you say good morning in that?
Oh, there's no click in that. Molweni, that's all you say.
You picked the right word.
You can't start with a click in the morning. You start early. You start early.
So that was good morning.
Right. Yeah, Molweni.
Molweni.
Yeah.
You were taking Spanish class this morning, right?
No, my daughter had a Spanish test, so we were going over. We were going over. I was not taking Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
No, I don't. No. Yo no habla.
Well, I mean...
Which is weird. That's the only phrase I know how to say, which is like the most wasteful phrase.
Right.
You never need to say in another language. You don't speak the language. Just speak your language.
You could say, I don't speak it in English, people would understand.
Yeah, that'd be like, I assume this person speaks the language and not at all.
But you just went back to Africa to visit your mom, right?
I did,
is that right? And is she still in the same hometown where you grew up?
Well, my mom still lives in Johannesburg, and I go back. What was great is I go back to visit, and my mom, it's like she lives in like a little time capsule. So whenever I go home, I find her like raising chickens. And it's like the weirdest world, because she's like fully aware of the world, but she's like, no, I raise chickens. That's what I do. And she like names them, and she has like this giant chicken that looks like a little man in a suit.
No.
It's like the strangest, like it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
And she like speaks to the chicken, and the chicken like does this thing where, you know.
Chickens are kind of amazing, though. I mean, really.
They're creepy, though, sometimes.
I mean, I guess.
You describe the chickens we have on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. Just like that, life-size.
And you kind of took on the express...
It's just, it's got that... I feel like she's used the chicken to replace me. There's a feeling I have. The chicken looked at me like, you know that I'm the new son. That's how the chicken looked at me.
You talked a lot about your mom in your book.
Right.
As well. I mean, she's very instrumental, obviously, in not only bringing you up, but your career, too, and your viewpoints.
Right.
Yeah, and Born to Crime is just becoming an audiobook, is that right?
It's really exciting. It's
fantastic.
One of the best.
Did you just release it?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So great.
No, I mean, the book has been doing really well, but the audiobook has been one of the best-selling of all time, which has been really fun, because I recorded it myself, and you're always going like, is anyone going to listen to this? How does this work? But then a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like reading. I just like that you talk to me while I run somewhere, which is like a strange thing to hear from people, but you're like, thank you.
I get that. I mean, your voice is good, plus it's kind of like your mind can really go off and think about all the different things and imagine it and picture it.
I find it weird. I like reading, and then everyone has my voice in my head. And then like to have somebody else's voice is a little creepy for me. If I was running, if I was like doing stuff in the world.
We'll come back with Trevor right after the break. Stay with us. Still ahead on show.
You've been hosting for 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
That's really fast.
Right.
I feel like you just got there.
I feel like I just got there.
That's a sign that it's fresh and new and really good.
Yeah, or we're living through crazy times. One of the two. I don't know which one it is.
It could be both.
It's hard work, but it's so much, it's your passion.
It
so
really
it's fun
is.
for you.
You know what? It really is. And what's fun is in my office we have dogs, so it's like it doesn't feel like it's work every single day.
You have a dog?
So you're allowed to bring your dogs to work every day?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Everyone.
Gelman.
If you have a dog, you bring them to the office. No, it's amazing. When I first got there, there were all these dogs, and I thought like something was wrong. Because you walk into an office, there's all the dogs. It's like, oh, is this like for a sketch? Is this a thing? And they're like, no, this is a dog-friendly office. And so they said to me, they said, Trevor, have you got a dog? Do you have a pet? And I said, oh, I do have a pet. I'm going to be bringing mine to the show. And they're like, oh, what kind of dog is that? I said, no, it's a little tiger that I have. And then the cutest thing is because no one wanted to offend the guy from Africa. They were like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's so.
That'll be a first.
Does he get along with dogs? And I was like, and in my head I was like, if I could have found a tiger to bring to the office.
That would be amazing.
Oh,
right. So
you should have called us. We would have been able to find you a tiger. Yes, we are very good with finding animals around here.
The Daily Show airs at 11 p.m. on Comedy Central.
Thanks for coming back to the show.